Hey everyone, I'm Tassenix, and welcome to Season 73, 5 vs 5 Grand Arena Championship, Week 1, Round 3. My opponent is Herbert. That's what his name used to be back some seasons ago. He changed it to this name, which is something like, something about how Xiaomi is attracting top talent from all walks of life. Some really weird name, but anyway, back before all that, it was Herbert, the goodest girl of Phantom's Menace, and yeah, one of the most dangerous efficiency players in the game. Probably the single most dangerous. But we fought him several times. I've defeated him twice, but he's still got more wins on me than I have on him. So, very difficult matchup. And yeah, always a lot of fun. How's everybody doing? Sprizzle says, good luck, Tass. Attack Titan, good luck, man. Wolfman, happy up, Tass. Appreciate it. Darcelea, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Likewise to all of you. Bane, hey. Hey, Tass, miss you, but hey, man, how's it going? No? Hope all is well. I hear there's some retirements coming, but there's always retirements everywhere, so it's not strange news. Hey, Cosley Check. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Welcome. All right. You know the drill, guys. Let's get this on screen. Get the prediction rolling for you. Got a lot of work to do. And then I'm actually needing to run after this match and record this week's Plotting and Scheming immediately after. So at least everything will be top of mind. And it has to be... For this match, it's one or less. Let's see. Actually, wow. Is it 0? I mean, I guess that's what it would have to be. 0 or 1 or more. That's what it's going to be. Wow. I don't know that I've written it that way before. Okay, so here we go. Rank 11 fighting rank 12. Maybe a spot in the top bracket for us next week. Depends on the Erodium situation. We'll see. My 16.6 million GP to his 16.3. Top 80 GP, my 3.24 million to his 3.20. Betas, we both have 431. GAC Omicrons, both have 88. Top 80 average speed, I have 168 to his 164. Nice, take it. Mod analysis, plus 25 speeds, my 317 to his 216. 20 to 24 speeds, my 622 to his 432. Plus 20 speeds, my 939 to his 648. All right, there we go. Hey, Hera, kick his ass, Tass, appreciate it. Hey, Sheepdog, good to see you. All right. Plus 4% offense mods. I have 299 to his 194. Plus 6% offense mods. I have 110 to his 45. Plus 9% defense mods. I have 170 to his 97. And plus 14% defense mods. My 52 to his 15. Relic analysis. Total levels. My 2,628 to his 2,537. Relic 9 characters. I have 180 to his 117. Relic 8s, I have 115 to his 150, and Relic 7s, my 12 to his 40. Datacron analysis. Total rerolls, 314, which is pretty good for me. To his, 552. This is typically where he has a pretty good edge on me. Because I've got small advantages that you saw elsewhere, but this is how, he would ideally more than compensate for them. All right. Level 9 Datacrons. My 55 to his 64. 6 to 8s, I have 2. He has 0. And 3 to 5s, I have 6. He has 1. Real Professor Matt in the chat says, hey, Tass, good luck. Always love watching this matchup. I'm glad to hear you guys say that, because it's a really tough one for me. And I'm glad that there's, good entertainment value in seeing this, because it is stressful to execute. If you've seen it the couple times I've won, it was a shocker. Talking like palm sweaty mom spaghetti stuff. All right, Galactic Legends. He has this exceptionally fast Rey, right? 220,000 health. So I see that he was willing to trade away about 1,000 offense to raise his health back up over 200,000. That's probably a good choice. Backer. Very fast JMK. Good. Slower than usual cat, but I mean, usual doesn't really matter anymore, right? Who's worried about how fast cat is? Okay. Rest of this looks pretty good. I see it. Let's head over to the Omega Bot report. So this is still based on last 5 vs 5. We'll take a look at trends for the type of defense he likes to set in terms of difficulty, and, you know, try to extrapolate from there. Yeah, his attack times, rare that he would go early. He's going to go, what? I don't know, his evening time? Chinese time? Looks like a Chinese set of characters, I believe. So, yeah. All right. Speed-wise, I've got him here on the graph. Looks like I have more. Let's see if it matters today. We all have the same GAC Omicrons. Nothing to see there. And then for efficiency last season. So there's only a handful of greater than 60 banner clears. My guess would be that there's not a lot of Erodiums, if any, in here last season. I don't know. But he's getting... Well, I guess you could just... I would throw it off. But all season long, he had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. All of last 5 vs 5. Maybe that tells you something. His defenses looked like Reva, Fugitive Omega, Great Mothers, Jedi Master Mace, Rey Swolo, Finn, Malgus, BKM, Captain Athano, Sortie, Balen, Pirate King Hondo. What is that? Yeah, right around there. And then he'll mix it up after that. Executor. Almost always on defense, but that was before Rogue One, 1,000 years ago, as far as fleet meta is concerned. Leviathan, Profundity, some amount of the time, not most amount of it, no. Frequently rotated. Defenses by zone. We might expect to see bottom front Great Mothers, Reva, Rey Swolo, and then your guess. Traya, Nebbit, Saw. Something like that. All right. Offense last 5s he was using Lord Vader, Slacker, JMK Cat, Leia, Queen Amidala. Pretty much every round. Super high reliability. Ahsoka with Ezra. Dig that, right? Pretty good. Gungan, Sith Eternal, JML, Jabba, Traya. Yeah. So the Ahsoka with Ezra was interesting last season because, you know, you knew they were going to get a 65 on it at the top end. People were really practiced. They knew how they were going to handle it. They were going to get it done. But if you saved it on offense, they could 65 something else. You do set something decent in its stead so they can't get a 66 or better on it. But now you have a super clean 65 at minimum, and then you're looking for your own opportunity to go underman with Ahsoka on offense. He was doing that last season. All right, Negotiator, always on offense. Leviathan and Profundity, at least about half the time. He'll mix it up. What did he drop on last season? Pirate King Hondo team, couple of times. Fugitive Omega, Reva, Sith Eternal, and Ahsoka with Ezra. All right. How we looking over here on the prediction, guys? Got work. All right, you guys get 30 seconds until it says 2 minutes left on the clock. Get those last minute votes in. Is it going to be 0 drops or is it going to be 1 or more? Because that is typically the margin going into these fights, yeah? Hey, Link just popped into the chat with 500 biddies. Really appreciate you, man. I share my dreams with Ghosts Task. Just got Luthen. Congratulations on the unlock. You've just been meteorically growing your account. Like, I hope you are just unbelievably whaling the shit out of mods, because there's no way your roster, as fast as it's growing, is going to be able to keep up with having deep, good enough mods, unless you're just going crazy out. Good luck. Eritran. Just got Malgus myself. Very nice. And he said, you better not drop. I bet everything on 0 drops. I mean, betting everything on 0 is a choice, man. I take that. All right, let's see what we got. 65% of you, in fact, went with 0. I am appreciating the vote of confidence. This is going to be a tough one, so we'll see. 35% said 1 or more. It's not a terrible call to play the under on this one. All right, let's have a look at the map. So, it's grim, guys. I'll tell you, I'll read out the scores in a minute, but he got 168, and that was on Queen. So I'm thinking that's Bane. And then he got a 66 against one of my teams up top. I'll check which one. And what I note is that his DRey is down with a team bottom front that is not Slacker. So this is crazy what he's pulled off here. Let's talk about this real quick. When he cleared the front wall, I was asleep, but I do have the scores from PrimeBot. All right. So my bottom front wall was Great Mothers with Marin, the Night Trooper Kron, Rey, Swolo, Zalbar, Varys, and Cal, with the Long Tech Stufu level 6, Light Side buffs up level 3, the health up, evasion up, that one. High health on the stat. And then you had Jabba, Chrysanthemum, Bausch, Embo, Boba, with the Sortikron, Galactic Legend, Ahsoka, Exile Ezra, General Syndulla, Huyang, Padawan, Sabine, with a 100% health on the stat, Light Side 25% turn meter level 3. And so those were the teams. As far as the scores were, I don't know which goes with which, but here you have them. 65, 63, 63, 64. Not bad. Against a guy that's generally flawless, I don't really expect him to drop. 65 is often the floor for this guy. So even a couple little nibbles I was grateful for. Maybe we'll get more elsewhere, yeah? That was the thinking. All right. In the back, you will find no drops, in fact. But against Balin, Shin, Marok, Kira, and L3, a 65. Against the Queen, Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan, Bad Batch Echo, and Grandmaster Yoda, with the Rolocron. That was the 68. So I suspect Bane there. Keep it safe. Saw, Rex, Luthen, Kyle, Kara, with the Jawacron. Went down for 65. Yeah. All right, top side. Against the Gungans. That was a 66. Now dig this. He has Traya, as you'll see, bottom front with a DRey on. Nasty looking team. But because we know that he had DRey there, pretty sure that he didn't use Slacker to kill Pirate King. On the other hand, he got a 65 killing Pirate King. So, new Bad Batch? And if so, the 66 that he got on the Gungans was Slacker? Or maybe an underband with JML and then he like 65. I don't know. Something's up, but my guess is Slacker was held for offense, underman, and since he didn't Traya the Gungans for 66, something. All right. Against my Fugitive Omega, Mercenary Wrecker, Hunter, Crosshair, and OG Omega, with a 25% turn meter, high crit damage, Datacron, he scored a 59. This is actually my best performing squad defense. So 59 is all the better that it got, and hilariously, it was Fugitive Omega. All right, against Pirate King Hondo, OG Hondo, Silvo, Vane, Brutus, with the Dark Side Bulk level 3, Long Text Pirate level 6, Hondo Kron, Hondo level 9, and then I want to say like over 100% armor penetration, over 120% crit damage on the stat. Like I said, he got a 65. Neat. All right. And then last but not least, Jedi Master Mace, Jocasta, Depa, Ayla, Temple Guard. That was 65. So, in the end, he dropped 11 banners effectively across the entire squad defense. But if you consider his 2 fights where he got greater than 65, if you count those extra banners as subtracting off of his negative, then he's dropped a grand total of 7 on the whole defense, squad defense. Now, here on fleets, it's also not great. I mixed things up a little bit here, and I thought I might offer an unexpected challenge, but not today. Against Leviathan, I'm actually very impressed. He got a 75. Like, extraordinary luck? What is that? Like the best Leviathan clear of your life? I don't know. I don't even know what gets a 75. I checked last season. Would you believe if I sorted out all of Kyber 1 and Kyber 2 for this composition of Leviathan, there was nothing above like a 72 or a 73 all season long. So really, very impressive. All right, against the Endurance, he scored a 73, and I know, a little something. And then against Hondo, a 76. So what does this tell us? Profundity here, or a really well done Executor, I guess. Like, you could technically do Punishing One, Razor Crest, Houndstooth, and then bring Xanadu off the bench. Have everything go your way and finish with a 76. So it's either Executor or Profundity there. And then the 75, I don't know. Let me catch up with the chat. Oh god, I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Oh god, I'm such a douche. Sorry, I guess I didn't get I heard the pings for the follows, but I didn't hear the pings for the raid. Where is that? I feel terrible. Welcome, everybody. That's just raided in from Nooch, raiding in with a party of 16. So terribly sorry. Thank you. How's it going, man? How did the stream go? How's the week? How'd you finish up? And then, of course, Reality Skewed Gamers. Ranger just popped in with another 19. Wow, we have the whole house in here for the afternoon. Well, welcome, everybody. How did it go over on Ranger's side? Sorry. Yeah, I never get the ping. I don't know what's up with that. I used to laugh because Heinzie and Fatal never used to get the pings when I would raid in. And I laughed, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. That's no worry. No problem, man. And now it's happening to me, and it's annoying. But you won. Okay, good stuff. I don't know if you usually have things to get on and do in your afternoon, Ranger, but if you don't, we are hanging out in the stream voice on my Discord. You're welcome to join. All right. He must have used Profundity Rogue One, I assume, and didn't lose anyone. Max Vanners versus Leviathan. I don't even know that that's a thing. I haven't heard about that. I haven't heard of anybody taking 4 ships with Profundity and beating Leviathan at all, much less for a 75. So whatever it was, I'm very impressed. I'm not really sure what he did. Yeah, no worries, Ranger. Take care. All right, Ray Rock, good. Manic, snowy Monday, Tassenix. Yeah, no kidding. I remember going down last night for a glass of water, and yeah, looked out the window. There was like an inch of snow all over everything. It is, of course, now all melted, but it will be back, and in greater numbers. Profundity needs 5 ships. That would make a 75 possible. So you know more than I do about it. I guess I'll be very curious to see. Okay, so that's it about the defense. Oh yeah, Zuckus. Okay, so there's time yet, so I don't have to do that right now. Good, I'd rather spend. All right, top side for his defense, he's got Jedi Master Mace, Jocasta, Depa, Temple Guard, and Ayla. Interesting Kron here. 20% turn meter per light side ally to the weakest. So who's that going to be? Just Jabba exploding me? Something like that. 150% armor penetration, 102% crit damage. Yeah, if I didn't know any better, this feels like it's meant to be like a really painful opener from Jabba, I had to guess. Next is Malgus, DR, BSF, Malik, Sith Marauder, with a dark side bulk level 3, 60% health, 47% potency, 38% crit damage. Pirate King Hondo, OG Hondo, Silvo, Bane, Brutus, with the OG Hondo Cron. Dark side buffs level 3, not bulk, yeah? Pirate, long text level 6, Hondo level 9. 88% crit damage and nearly 30% offense. I actually like this move, especially if you're going to go in with that level 3. Not bad. All right. Ahsoka, Huyang, General Syndulla, Padawan Sabine, and Watt. With, long text Doofu level 6. Stacking offense and speed level 3. 38% offense, 27% health. The thing about this particular setup is by the time you kill the other allies, if you're trying to do that JKR counter for this, the counter attacks from Ahsoka in this kind of scenario with the offense off the 3, big offense off the stat, mastery ramping, I don't know if it even gives her appreciable amounts of offense, I don't know, but if it gives her any, it's giving her the most in this scenario. She can actually whittle down and beat down your sides and cost you the fight, cause you to time out, something. So I think it's specifically meant to hold off that JKR thing. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, all the snow melted for you yesterday, yeah. You don't like the trend where people have one goal in mind, full clear? Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the default, right? If you kind of can seize on that and you're able to offer a defense that they can't clear, but you can clear more than they can, that has always been a valid strategy, so whatever. All right, his bottom front is Maz, SM33, Ithano, Kix, Quiggled, with the Quiggled Cron, Darkside Bulk level 3, Long Text Pirate level 6, 21% health, 200% armor penetration, 42% crit damage, mild concern. Rey, Exile EEzra, Swolo, RJT, and Zalbar with the RJT Cron, 25% turn meter, stun level 6, available for 2 characters, and 97% health besides. It's going to be difficult to deal with that Ezra. All right, Jabba, Chrysanthemum, Bausch, Embo, and Scando with the Swordy Cron. Nothing wrong there. Traya, Talon, Savage, Red, and DRey. This seems extraordinarily anti-Sith Eternal. One of the big problems with setting Traya on defense classically is Sith Eternal is having more metas than not, where he can just go in with like C Watt, and that's all, and you get a 65. You lose Watt, right? That's it. I don't think that's what we're doing here. Let's check this out. Darkside buffs up level 3. Whenever First Order allies have full health and protection at the start of their turn, they deal 100% more damage on their turn. And that is Red and DRey being in here. Just about 33% offense and 140% armor penetration between Red and DRey. That's bad. That's bad. So my inclination is JMK for that. I don't want to mess around. Now, as far as this goes, who knows? He could have mixed things up here for me. I want to say he mostly hasn't had Maz on defense. I don't know. But if I had to guess, well, I'm definitely not doing that, so that was the wrong faction. Lord. I am going to do Reva like I did yesterday. I know JML can do it, but it can go bad. You can knock out Maz, and if Hicks should revive her, and if her turn meter was high, she'll immediately start going, and you have an issue. She'll go under stealth, she'll become inaccessible, you probably aren't bringing Mace with your JML, you're not really going to have the best options to pull her out of stealth. So you're just going to end up getting crushed. That's why I went with Reba yesterday, and hopefully I don't get exploited. Now, I was just about to grab Eighth Brother again. It was the wisdom of the stream last time that pointed me to using the Ninth Sister Kron. I do have her set up with the high health. Take advantage here. We'll go with this one that has more damage on the stats and see how it goes. Okay. Nice. You guys are going to have a good match. Sounds good. Neo8687. Good luck, Tass. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Maz is not available for the Traya team. You know, I could. And I may well be getting trolled. There may well be no Lord Vader in the back. But if there is, what am I doing? Like JMK into that? Wouldn't I rather just have Maz? Just so I can stomp it? Because I do have Maz, and I guess it would probably stomp it. But if anything's going to give trouble to it, maybe it's going to be Drey with like an added 33% offense and a dark side buffs level 3. Hey, Living, good to see you, man. Welcome. Striker, yeah, we caught you. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no worries, Ray Rock. All right, let's get underway here. Just about 2:30, 2.5 hours left in the round, something like that. Got to be mindful. Okay. And last week, I opened with the lock. Did not regret it. Okay. Death mark over there. Yes, I think I will. Who needs this more? That was an SM33 casually dying. In case you don't have it. I guess I don't want to do the we have at least one character that's full prot, so I'm loath to do the middle unless I need to, because the equalization is an issue. The rest of this might be an issue anyway, because she's not going to get around, and yeah. And so there's a 61 to open. Not the strongest start. Not for this match, anyway. All right, that was one fight that was assigned. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we did better on this yesterday. No, we got a 57. We did way better today. What are you guys doing that's cleaner than this versus Maz? Saying, well-spec'd Maz, whether that's going to be Pirate, level 6, or a Kixcron FTC. Alright, now this one is going to be Lord Vader. We've been flirting with disaster this week using JMK. Sometimes even without Bad Batch Echo. Bad Batch Echo's on defense today, so not an option. And yeah. Trying to mess around. Alright, you got full banners using Queen versus Maz. Yeah, I've had Queen on defense all week, but I'm open to it. I'm open to the rotation. Sounds good. Okay, yeah, Striker's also using Queen. Hey, the gamer, good to see you. Fatal's been doing a Queen Amidala 3-man. Ooh, that's fancy. I like that. Okay, thanks for sharing, guys. I get it. That's pretty conclusive then. My Queen's actually made good money for me this week. Protection, health, bulk level 3, some offense, crit damage. Besides, offense is better in the sense that it would be offense or crit damage that would be best for fueling DCT as a special damage character. Armor penetration is great for Lord Vader and Oppo. There is a lot of defense here, so I actually might reconsider that and counteract that. Only 4% offense. Some crit damage, more bulk, which is rarely bad. I don't know how much it matters here. Then, yeah, more than enough armor penetration. All right. Let's have at it and keep going. You were not fancy nor confident enough to attempt the 3-man versus Maz, says Turd Ferguson. I appreciate that, yeah. All right, here we go. I like to open with the middle because it's just going to cleanse off the days otherwise. His next turn. Days. I think something. Here. Who is it that I want? Dispel. So it takes a while for that second Lord Vader turn to come. I don't think it's going to matter much. We can talk about some more of stuff here towards the later part of the stream, guys. I gotta get Grand Arena done. We're a little more tight on time. Still plenty of time, but not the kind where I can get lost talking with you guys 20 plus minutes, you know? Here we go. All over. Die from sadness. Okay. Whoa. Okay. He won't come back now yet. Put it on auto? Oh. Alright, let's see what we got here. Pass, hit, auto, long fight. That long of a fight, that. Alright, the gamer says, opinion on the new characters, especially Maul. I mean, not knowing any kits, just talking about the concept of these characters. The only one that really seems kind of is Stormtrooper Luke, but I don't judge characters in this game by their artistic concept. I judge them by what they do, and it's supposed to help a team that I mostly think I won't be using. That doesn't mean it's not valuable. So all the other characters, though, conceptually, I really like. The new Darth Vader, the Inquisitor, Zeris, I think is an obvious pickup, considering that they pretty much handled everybody else that was in the Inquisitors. So I like that. Ulipa says, good evening, Tass. Best of luck today. Yeah, okay, so you're out there in Europe then. Yeah, evening time, fair enough. George Z5992, hello there, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know if you were joking or not joking, but this didn't really feel like a timeout risk. Maybe it would have been if I'd not taken the armor penetration, though. What do you guys think? 65, so that one's dunk. This Traya, I really think I should just... Okay. I don't know who's better suited for that. Who's it? So, DRey will be stealthed, I think, maybe early, but she won't be immune targeting, because I think that requires all allies to be first order, which is not the case. So Smite still probably goes to Savage, and then we try to kill either her or Red first. I guess either one's... Killing Red makes the most sense, so that we don't take a back slap. And I guess we try and stall the fight long enough later versus Traya herself. Talon, so that we can get a third back on JMK and top off banners, something like that. All right. Aoi Hero says, are there many answers to Reva Marok 9th Sister Kron on defense? I've been using Ufus, but then I have to use JML or something very risky on Rey. For Rey, if it's like Rey without Exile Ezra, yeah, the EP Starkiller is still working for me when Starkiller is faster than EP. Otherwise, Cere Malico Starkiller is kind of my thing for that. So yeah, that's a fork that I usually have to solve for myself. If an opponent's going to set Reva on defense, because they're going to set it with the Marok so that I can't use Phoenix. But as far as what else deals with it, you can risk Bane. It can do the job. It can also completely go sideways on you, especially if I suspect if they have high health on the stat. I think that's probably bad news for you, because the backslaps that are going to come from that 9th sister are going to be the death of you, friend. Yeah, you think I have better mods on my LV? Yeah, the possibility is there. All right, we're going to do this Rebel thing, and I agonized over how to do this. So obviously, you know, Leia, Drogon, R2. Jyn Radis has been the standard, and I was thinking about, versus this Kron, do I want to run the 25% turn meter or the prod up level 3? Because here's the thing, 25% turn meter is great when you know you can get out ahead. You feel you've got the crit damage, and you feel like they don't have the defenses to really allow the Exile Ezra to survive the one tap from Drogon. So you use Jyn to force that next turn into the empowered Drogon and blow out Exile Ezra. With this nearly 100% added health, I don't think that's the case. And that is why I think I will feel more comfortable running with a protection up level 3. So that's a risk I'm taking. The whole fight kind of hinges on how this one goes. The advantages of this Kron are, you know, the prod up. So right after turn 1, we'll get a lot more durability. If somebody gets caught out and beaten down, we'll have a couple opportunities to save them from this prod up. The stun level 6, nice use of R2 ideally, and then 100% health. That's kind of the idea. As far as the other two though, shout out to Dagger for suggesting instead of Jyn Radis. See, because Zalbar is here with the Omicron, we do not get stealth on our team. So there's little value to R2-D2's foresight. And yeah, you know, there's no point in using logs to hide Drogon if he's under siege. They'll pull him right back out. So yeah, shout out to Dagger for suggesting why not go with something like C-3PO and Chupio instead. C-3PO gonna enhance your other characters, especially Drogon, for putting people down. And then with 3PO, we'll have the Dispel on the middle. I don't know what you guys think about that, but yeah, the idea. Yeah, I see you, Striker. I see you. You say that you prefer the 25% turn meter as well. But check this out. What's the matter? So he's got turn meter. He's got stun. He's also got 96% health. So what do you think about that? You think we're actually gonna pop that Exile Ezra, all things considered? I worry about it. If I thought that I could, I would. I have a stun level 6, 25% turn meter, with no added health, but like 120-something% crit damage. That would be the alternative option. But I'm thinking that probably best to run with that prod up. If I take high crit damage, you think I should be fine to pop him? That's an interesting thought. Let me show you the other crumb. You don't have any argument about the comp though, right guys? The comp seems like a good way to go, considering that stealth isn't a thing. And then yeah, we also get a second resistance character, technically, to make use of the stun. So this would be our crump. Super high crit damage, stun, yeah. In which case, you're actually gonna, in that case, Striker, you'd probably want me to have the Jin Radis so I can do turn pass? No, wait, I mean, with 25% turn meter, I wouldn't need the turn pass to be ahead of EEzra. So I guess that doesn't necessarily follow. The revive potential? Only if somebody dies to something other than Whirlwind. Rebel, you slaughtered the Rey I told you about. What did you do? Did you have to fight this scenario as well? I'm down to hear you guys. You would still take Adrad and Jin. Let me tell you what's going to happen. If we kill EEzra, if we hit, we're going to either kill or we're going to damage him. Either way, I think Rey is going to Whirlwind right after that. Hopefully R2 survives, because otherwise we're going to have some serious issues. Check EEzra for crit avoidance. Fair call. It is speed. He is 380. Fair call, though. This is the fight. So you think it's still Jin and Radis, huh? Well, I'll tell you what. Where are we? No, we don't have a set of ads going. I'm hoping to step away just a minute and refill my drink. But I'll try and line it up with the next ad break. Jin has made it feel safe because she can tank so much. Yeah, in this case, she'll only be tanking for me if they choose to start damaging her in the first place, enough that she's low, and then the AI tends to focus on her from there. But we're usually able to force the issue by pushing the rest of the team under stealth. We can't have any stealth manipulation here, so I worry about that, you know? You took Leia trio with old Ben and Krex out of what you had, and you lost only Kenobi. Was that running a 25% turn meter type of thing? Or what? Curious to know. So if we are taking Jin, then we would force the first turn from her into Drogon, even though it's not strictly necessary. No, it would be strictly necessary, yeah. We would have sapped his turn meter from logs. So, okay, that makes sense. No, it has to be Jin Radis if we're trying to do that angle. DJ Whitus777, thank you for the follow on the channel, and yeah, follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you, really appreciate it. You would swap to R2 and burn to stun Exile. And by burning, you give yourself DI. So then you're still going after EEzra on Drogon's natural turn. No, it's okay. This is what we're all here for, right, guys? I mean, really thinking it out. So no wrong ideas to debate here. RX Jayhawk says, I agree, I was just saying, Jin only gives you that safety blanket. Personally, I'm curious to see how this works because Jin Radis does not feel as safe in my matches with DRey and EEzra. I would still prefer Jin Radis because I can force that stealth scenario that I was just mentioning, where they just have to pile in and then generally stay in on Jin. But that's not a factor with Zalbar there. Alright, guys. I think we're going to attempt this one. So that's the idea. We'll try it Striker's way. We'll use Jin to pass turn meter to R2, have R2 use third, targeting Exile EEzra, and then on Drogon's next natural turn, we just try to pop him. And see what happens from there. Crazy, man. All right, here we go. I like the comfort of Jin, but you like the science and new stuff. I'm just trying to have the closest thing I can get to a 65 here, guys. I think you'll agree with me, right? That's really the key here. Closest thing. All right. We'll go for it. My favorite. Okay. Interestingly, we are going to outrun Exile anyway, but whatever. Well, he's not going to have the discretion to target Exile, right? When I go to use third. So I should pass this over to him and try to pop him here and now, if it's going to happen at all. I think that's the answer. Because, yeah, when R2 goes, he's not going to have the discretion to ignore taunt. So I wouldn't be able to stun him regardless. I think that's right. I'm going to go with my gut on it. Pass and pop. Here it is. Woo! Taunt up? Usually you're not doing that, but it would be great to have the whirlwind get soaked on somebody else. So play this a little differently than usual. See that we have this. Let's have that then. Okay. Well, there was a theory there. Okay. You there. Gone. You were supposed to be gone. Really be gone. Kill her? Maybe? Probably? Can't be a bad idea. Got that. Dig it. Be looking. Yeah, you've got healing. I don't know what can save you. Nice stun. Okay. Supposed to stay stunned, damn it. Alright, well, we're almost to an ultimate. Stun you? Maybe not. Not that way. How about this? Roll it. The best. I mean, should still be okay in the end. Yes. We fill up here. Fall for the stun here. I don't know if it works. Magic of R2. Done. Crucial. Crucial act. Your turn meter is damn near full, so I've got an issue regardless. Yeah, you're gonna whirlwind me. That sucks, doesn't it? Push the turn meter back. Ooh. Then drops the turn. Got the magic. I want to say it's you. 64 will fucking do. Okay? 64 will do. I'm not complaining. We are still within the realm of possibility, so holy crap. Let me re-annotate how this went. Jinrad, I should have never doubted. Now, who's to say that the way that I was originally planning couldn't work, but I'm glad this way did, so yeah, appreciate you guys, Striker, in particular, for standing by that one. Yeah, boom goes it down. Hey, we were all holding our breath for that basic. It's either gonna work or it wasn't. The answer is it wasn't. So, fair. So yeah, I'm thinking this is full JMK, guys. I don't know that I want to go any cheaper. You're welcome to offer up a fancy suggestion. We do have some options. Obviously, Slacker's reserved for Pirate King up top. JMK can go here. If somehow he sneakily, put Slacker on defense, that would be something of a stress. I think we could use JML there, but then we're going to have some potential issues elsewhere, I fear. So I'll have to think about that. Let me step away for a couple quick minutes. And yeah, no, I hear you, Striker. Smegan, is C for anything? Look, I think this is extremely anti-Sith Eternal. Between these dark side buffs up level 3, the 100% added damage, and then this extraordinary set of stats, 32% offense, 140% armor penetration. You try and do C Watt, I think you lose for sure. If you do it with a full Sith team, I still think you may lose. If you survive, you're surviving for like a 51, a 49, something like that, something horrific. So I just don't want to do that. This is not... I might risk that against many other opponents, against Herbert in particular. No, absolutely not. Cannot do that. I appreciate the idea, Smegan. Ideally, I'd find a spot to use Sith Eternal as a solo, which I don't think is really a thing here in 5s. I think I've seen Fatal do it with very particular circumstances against a JMM. I don't know if I have those circumstances. But the idea is that if I can't use him in a solo like that, I'd be ideally looking for a C Bane somewhere. Exactly, Striker. Yes, exactly that. C Bane somewhere would be the ticket. Oh, you're saying use C Bane here as opposed to JMK. That is interesting. I think... I think that it would be pretty helpful to have JMK if he has something like Great Mothers in the back. I might have a problem if that's the case. I do have Malgus, but Malgus is by no means a sure thing. The other problem with using C Bane, God forbid that Drey gets a turn, right? Because she's going to have to use basic then. Regardless of anything else, she's going to have buffs up the next time she gets a chance to take a turn. That first lightning could close me out, man. That could be bad. I'm still pissed that Hondo focused on my Slacker and needed him, made me sad. That is my ultimate dread, man. Did that happen to you with the long text first order level 6, the one where you get the damage immunity? If that happened to you despite that, cursed outcome. Vin, good to see you, man. Late to the party. Sorry. Good luck. No worries, man. Welcome. Glad you could make it. I was actually just about to step away for a minute to refill my coffee and whatnot, so I'll, take a couple minutes here. But we are 3 fights in, no drops so far, and yeah, up against this doozy of a Traya team. Check this cron out while I'm gone. And yeah, I actually won't even put up the away so you guys can look at this, but I will pull up Notepad and say RB. Okay, see you guys in just a moment. We'll leave the music on for you. All right, we're back. So yeah, no new epiphanies then about what to do about this, because I'm still thinking it's JMK. Boro says, hi mate, good luck. Hey, appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, we're sweating it out. You could have great mothers in the back. Then I might have something of a problem. I do have Cere Malicos. I do have Malgus. I guess that technically works. I don't know what else is going to work cleanly on. Cleanly is the word. You feel like C Bane is safer. What is C Bane assigned to? Nothing yet. What did I originally think I would need? I mean, I could use it on his Ahsoka team. If you think about it, like BKM, probably not a 65? Maybe, maybe not, probably not. So, some of the time that you're looking to do a 68, it's not necessarily for value. We can still debate that out, and while we're doing that, I might as well knock out First Order fight. There's ways about that for me. And this is my Special Forces Crom. Watt stops BKM. It can definitely... Yeah, it's been a while since I tried it, and I understand. It can definitely do that. Yeah. Hellable says, wanted to give a bump to the CLS Rolo versus Hondo question. Have you had luck with that? Never had the heart to risk it for science. I really like what Rolocron does for me on defense. Didn't do anything for me in this round. But in general, I've been having good results. And so, no, I haven't. And I don't think I will either. It's one of those things where it can work. And if you want to take enough risks, because it can't be just that one risk, right? So you're thinking, okay, if I do CLS here, I can put Slacker on defense. I don't know if that's enough. Maybe it is. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and move on. We'll do the double stun, see how it goes from there. So much depends on who Hondo opens up with his Dispel on. If he does it on Slacker, things are a little worse. Okay, and he got Slacker. So, adverse opener. Yeah, we want to trade so that I can at least stun him. We'll make do with, Brutus being stunned. Unfortunate. Holy shit. I'm sorry. Oh my god, no, that's bad. Wait a minute. That was not a good size hit to start with. Stop hitting. Forbid it. These guys are going to do absurd, insane, wicked amounts of damage. Good. Loving the evasion. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. All... You're supposed to not do that. Cheating. Okay. 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 Specifically don't want to do that. Want to do the lightning. Come on, give it a turn. Alright. How are we doing? So far, so reasonable. The fight is not lost yet. How's that sound? That might be all the better we can do. That will have to be. Okay. Now's the part. 65. Okay, so he did something amazing to kill mine for 65 without using Slacker. And I hate him for it. However, yeah, you know, I still respect. I see you, buddy. But at least I got a 65. All right. But yeah. You know, if he has something really surprising for me back there, I guess I'll have to live with being shocked. Does Cere Malgus work against Mal? I mean, there's other ways. No, we will not show feet, Banja. We will not be doing that today. 65 no slacker is while going to be an interesting postmortem. Yes, I agree. Yeah. I'm very impressed with that and his 75 on my Leviathan. That's with Phantom 2 in Mark 6. Like, very, very difficult to pull that off. All right. I think we should hem and haw no further. Let's take Mace so that we have the discretion to pull people out of stealth. Gardens? You're just untargetable, not in stealth. Yeah, they'll lose. Yeah, okay, sure. All right. Hey, RMC, good to see you, man. Welcome. I really don't want to run without anybody. As far as putting them down ASAP, we'll go with this. So it's still protection up level 3. Still a good chunk of health, but also we need to put people away. First target, ideally red, then? If we can get at DRey, I'll be hard-pressed to not get DRey. And then we can just deal with red hitting us. Something like that. Third to Cat, Smite, Savage, and Proceed, as described. That's about it. Before I hit go, if I have to look back and say, I'm a fool, I should have done something for this, the only thing I could really say is Maz, right? If I use Maz here and there's a Lord Vader in the back, what is it that I do? Cere Malgus could work.
I wouldn't recommend it. Also, why not 3-man this?
Why 3-man this? Like, the less targets there are, the more likely that they do meaningful banner damage to us with lightning, because we'll have the shock, the lock shock.
Can you look into her armies for a second? No, specifically look at her army. Shock army. Read it for 1 second.
Shock can't be dispelled or resisted.
No. Start from the top, please.
Oh, sure. Deal true damage to all enemies. If all enemies are first order and there is any version of Kylo, then there's the shock. So no shock without it.
Yes.
That is an option. I take your point, Striker. Do we want snips against the Traya lead? I take your point.
Also that.
So what do you think, guys? What are the odds that I'm getting Giga Juked?
I would 3-man. It is. Back to the voice chat with me. Just popped in to say that. Also, none of her armies work, by the way, so, you know, she's kind of not really doing much. I'm pretty sure you can also insta-kill her at the very start, because she won't have her untargetable thing as well. Do you check that, I guess?
Yeah, but I'm not smiting her, right? I'm smiting Savage.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I might go for this.
Yes. Best of luck.
Essentially, the other question will be then how. Well, I guess the answer is that's where Maz would go, is against Malgus up top. I don't know, man. Maz would kill Lord Vader in the back, but that's the thing. This could be a false draw, guys. He's got a Malgus up top, and because there's a number of times I really can't think of when I'd need Malgus, so that's fine. You got to find a place for it. Okay, then you're setting up this Traya. Not necessarily as a Maz draw, but that's a kind of a nice bonus. It's meant to be a. Do you really dare use Sith Eternal here still? That's really what this is. And I dare not. So this could be front for Lord Vader in the back or not. But either way, the good news is that Maz would have a use. This isn't the only Sith team I see, right? So if there isn't a Lord Vader, at least I have an easy dunk on Malgus. Okay? My point is that Maz kills Lord Vader just fine, so what's the worry? It's not about Lord Vader in the back, it's about something else. Something else unforeseen. All right, you guys think I can 3-man this? You would see me do this with Mace still? Or with GK to have crit immunity? Like, I guess the crit immunity won't be a factor when I'm isolated, so won't be able to call assists either. All the teams to maybe go cheap on this one. You really think I can do this with 3 people, huh, Calidus? It would be nice. It would be a big up to have it. If we can pull it off. All right. We would get one more meaningful match out of Padme. And the opportunity to cleanse later to top back off. My worst case scenario would be to finish this without having full banners on. Doing a 3-man affords me more control over that, though. Having full 5-man, more damage. All right, we'll try it. So much depends. You would take Padme? It feels like a right move. Four-man? Yeah, exactly. I mean, how much is it worth it to me to risk being below 65 for the chance at a 67? It's a fair question. See how it goes. Matter. We will be executing now. Unless I say to you goodbye. Yes, you then. Become destroyed. Be specific about the... Okay. Could hit you, but... Do this? No. Oh, well, goodness. Your prerogative. You then? That worked with ice. Yes. You're gonna get this. We could do this here, but we are gonna have GMK Ultimate. We focus you. Geez, do I even want to do this? Next. Okay. Look all healed now. Okay, we're in the clear. 66. At least we had that going for it. Might have used something that we may need. However, yeah, he does have great mothers in the back. I was thinking he would do that. That felt like a twist you would do if you were going to not Lord Vader. So Malgus can get Maz. We'll have to do something different for the great mothers now. Is that going to be my Malgus then? Or do I risk something like a Cere Malicos or a Bane? You get to ignore taunt, great mother, for the Doom. So my guess is probably here. Could be wrong. All right, let's look that up real quick, because that's the one wrinkle that I felt was coming. You see what I mean, Banja? It's like, risk Sith Eternal or draw JMK and then figure out whatever you want to do, because, you know, he may have caught any of the, I want to say the last 2 rounds of this week. Certainly the first, certainly this most recent round, I used Riva against Maz. So if he wasn't already having Maz up front, he may have seen the VOD, rotated it forward, and that's a good bet. I really didn't want to risk anything, and Riva was okay. 61, but still. You know? Okay. What did he go with? Went with Marin, so that is anti-Malgus. All right. The drill. Malgus 57%. Now this is last season's data. Balaam with Hondo could do it. Oh wow, BKM? For real? Oh yeah, well with Rolocron. Okay, let's not talk about that then. Cere Malicos, dig that. Speak to me. With the Darth Vader Cron, real. What's other compositions of Cere Malicos? 63, so yeah, with crew, okay. All right, now look at this. If you have the Star Killer and the Mara Jade thing clocked, I could see why that would be a thing. So it's a... Oh, that 63 is easily affordable in my book. Now, this is done with a moderate chunk of defense. That explains why in the other fight they substituted by using the Darth Vader Cron. So they're able to endure the burst of damage. We may do a monkey see, monkey do there. So Maz, Kix, Quig, Kitano, and who? Nest? Somebody? Maybe we do the Underman versus Malgus. How's that sound? If we think about it, I'm going to run the Kix Cron. We're going to have Athano. We're going to have Kix. We're going to have Quiggle. We're going to have all the main mechanics. So is there a 5th that gives us a particular leg up that you think? Because we might run that instead. Now it's going to be about seeking as many Underman clears as possible. So let's check this out. Write this in the back. You don't have Cal. How dangerous is it? Maul was in here. Starkiller... No, Maul was not in here. Starkiller was, though. Okay. If we run Maul, we're going to chew up... He's going to chew up his own banner. but maybe just only the prot one, which it looks like we might lose anyway, regardless of the second side. So I'm thinking Malgus, Maul, Star Killer, something. Crew seems and kind of worth. So if not, oh, Scav. Oh, we'll just take Scav, right? Another serious main damage dealer. Rely on the crit damage to give us solid open. Take out Morgan almost immediately. Something like that. Bane set for Great Mothers. Can't ignore set taunt. What would you see used then for his Ahsoka with Wat? No Exile Ezra. Because I was thinking just the 68 that was C Bane. That was going to be the dunk of the day. Guess I hadn't really looked into it. Be a lot of relevant data, but eight, we'll say. Yeah, there's no data for this new set here in the old data. So, okay, what were people doing? Yeah, we don't have Great Mothers. 76% with, well, story, no good. I don't want to do the JKR thing, man. Don't make me do it. You can't make me do it. I don't want to do it. See Watt can do the GLAT team? Really? Are you sure? C Bane looks like a sure thing. C Watt looks like it has some very particular issues. Anyway, back. Keep mapping. Yeah, okay. So he's got this down. How do we want to do? Yeah, turn meter. With the tenacity. Nice. Good call. Yeah. He rotate. We do have Malgus for this, though. Is Malgus just routinely getting his shit stomped by this? I'll look it up. Was it? It was turn meter. So JML, sometimes Rita, sometimes Malgus eating it like a Big Mac 5 times in a row. So we're gonna go ahead and shuffle that one right on towards the back. Then Cere, Malgus looks crap. Afra can get it done with B2. I believe that. What else do you have for me? 64 with B2 and Darth Vader. Let me guess. Darth Vader Cron? No. With crit damage. Dark side and crit damage. That makes sense. I could make that work. They've been itching to be used all season. Yeah, I could live with it. Yeah, so potency and crit damage. Potency and crit damage thing. So somebody used Darth Vader Cron and then lost. I think that's very telling that defense is not the way to go. Don't hedge on that, just brutal. So we have such a thing. Do that. But yeah, C. Watt versus the Ahsoka team striker. I don't know, man. Pain set for great mothers. Can't ignore set. Who likes your Sith Eternal? Who's there? Oh, I'm sorry. What goes up top? Yeah, so Maz goes here, right? I think we can all agree. Not that mercenary. All right. Oh yes, we do have SM-33. It's true. I don't know that it feels right to leave SM-33 out of it. However, if I tell myself, like, do I really need this? The answer is no. I don't think so. What do you guys say? Can you underman Maz versus Malgus? That's what I'm thinking. This is the underman. I still want Ithano's damage. This road. Just these four, Sasha? That's what you feel too? Yeah. Yeah, don't add us. All right. Let's run this. See how it goes. All according to plan, I assure you. This is the big chunker. Bop, 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 bop. Good times. No, I'm afraid not. I don't think he will. I don't will. Yeah, no. Enough of that. 66. All right, we can continue an otherwise productive discussion. All right. He recovered 4 banners with greater than 65. We've already recovered 3. We could do more, maybe. C. Bane would be another 3 here, but yeah. So that means like JML here, and then what for Fugitive Omega? That might be a little tough. Well, give it a quick look-see. Oh yeah, this is... I worry about the effect of... I feel like JML's... So Afra for Finn. Malgus maybe for Fugitive Omega. Let's look that up. How was this? Brought up high health. Tenacity. Get that first. Rare. Rarely seen. Set it to 5, just so I can see most. So, gas for 64, yeah? How's that? With high defense. Reasonably high defense and protection. The bulk stats, I'm guessing, largely don't matter, but I'd also have to have Crex, which I don't. First, or let's see. Finzori. Yes. Danger gas for 59. I'd try to avoid that. Maul. I don't know. Gas Crex would have been the hottest ticket. How was this done? So this was done in the old way. Do you not think that the regular Finzori could loop? Because I don't actually have my proper Finzori cron. The cron that we used with Leia was the one that I'd be using. I've prepared a different cron for. Yeah, gas Crex looks like it would be about a 64, but I don't have Crex. I do have gas. We could do a 59 somewhere. He had a 59. If we had to do something like that, I would. But so I guess if there's nothing better for me to be doing here, then I have to go. But I think we go full bore. I don't know that we try to go cheap on this. Armor penetration, crit damage. This is the cron I'm probably using for Cere Malgus. So let's just keep that on tap. This one is open. Interestingly, 96% potency. Buffs up level 3 though. My 000 is faster than BT1, so I could use his first move to call BT. I would buff him up into BT middle. Solid scenario. Why not Malgus the Resistance? The odds look bad, man. And I've known of people losing this. I looked up the data here on screen a few minutes ago. It looked disastrous. Do I still have that? Yeah, all this looks better. Yeah, all of this looks better. Then Malgus. Any composition of Malgus facing this team. Here, why don't we open up to minimum relics of 7? Say that. Okay. 23% win rate, bub, for a 61. You know what I'm saying? This set 23 cron is no joke. Once it's gone, we can be back to your regularly scheduled program. Yeah, see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get caught out like that yet. All right, so who did I say was meant to get this? Darth Vader. Wrote it in. Oh, it was gonna be the. That was. They didn't use Scav. They used Darth Vader. There's no reason. I mean, this is really good health, but maybe we don't do Scav and we bring something else, Fulcrum, something. Good. Cere versus Finn. I think Cere is my plan versus Great Mothers, man. Because we never found an acceptable answer for what to do about Ahsoka Watt. That was not my C Bane. Like I think Stryker said that C Watt could do it, but I didn't see any data from last season that looked like it was on the up and up. And that was excluding that we didn't have this Kron, which I guess would be less meaningful if Sith Eternal is successful. What do you guys say? You guys think there's something to this? Because if it's C Watt, it's 65. If it's C Watt armor, I don't know that. I think armor will get a turn. Nah, armor's gonna probably end up getting the lockdown, if I had to guess. Great Mothers are on defense. Yeah, that would be... We wouldn't be having the conversation, Banja. That would have been an easy dunk. For sure. So. Boo hiss indeed, friend. Boo hiss indeed. So realistically, yeah. Got JML, Sith Eternal, Gas, Malgus, Afra, Cere Malicos, BKM, Wampa with Wampacron, Traya. Holy shit, I fucking... I'm not mad because I think I should have used it earlier. I'm mad because I'm worrying about it now. Damn it. Traya is an easy problem solver for JMM, right? What is that? What do you... Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and just do some shit. That's fine. I'm just gonna take Traya. Why do I make this hard on myself? Sav, Scion, do you take Talon here? Would you take Talon here? I think I got a 65 last round against JMM. How integral to the overall strategy do you feel Talon is to that? Because I'll look it up, but my guess is probably not. And what we'll do is we'll sort on a 25% turn meter cron, which is as close as we can emulate to this new Datacron set. Something like that. Well, you know what? Piss on it. Let's just say that it has a Datacron on and give us as much data as possible. Vision 1. Traya, yeah. Talk to me about unders. Really? You do take Talon there and you got a 64.66. So what's... I mean, I guess, yeah. Maybe Scion is just a complete dud. Okay, I hear you. Any other daring partners? Okay, I see you. 75%. This may not be the recipe. Dropping Talon may be a little more useful than I gave her credit for. So, okay. Maybe we plan on just doing those 4 and dropping Scion. You would have thought that the AoE suite might have more value, but... And we didn't even have bulk. So when you were doing this last season, kind of cons be talking, you went with very high defense. That makes sense. High health. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Straight up bulk should have been sufficient. And we're bulkier than ever now. Just make sure Savage doesn't get handcuffs. Oh yeah, then we'll take Talon just so that isn't the case. Surely we won't need to worry at that point. Alright, let's knock that one out then. Health protection, bulk. In this case, health is not bad to have. That'll help us with our protection up, so I'll try and skew that way. My guess is, yeah, this is a good one. Most that I can offer. Surely we can do better. Dig this. 62% health, 29% protection, 48% armor penetration, bulk. The Giga size. Yeah, the idea was, I guess that's a fair question. Is there a case to be made for C somehow against the fugitive Omega? I didn't think that was a thing. Maybe it is. Okay. Yeah, you're... Okay, here we go. Okay, not locked down. Good thing. Well, waiting. Especially gonna pull cool. In a moment, he said. Dispel you. No reason for you to have nice. Kill your stat stick? I don't really want counterattacks. Or is it better to maybe put some pressure on you? Yeah, that was a turn, not a counterattack. That is their yeah. Just massive. Hi. There. Could best leave Brittany alone. It's good. Stay away. Chill? Said chill. God damn it, chill. You're going to... come back. You will only make him angry. Time yet? Yes. That's it. 66. All right. Happy to have it. We've now clawed back the same number of banners that he clawed back with overkills. We would just need to be really good from here for anything else. All right. Are there any other hidden gems that I was not thinking about? Yeah, we knew we had Cere. We do a VP Star Killer separate from, you know, Cere. I know that we have to do that. The rest of it's kind of open a prayer tier stuff. So, yeah, got JML, C, and Bane. I don't know if that's really the ticket. I don't think there was anything. JML, great. JML for 66 is considerable. Yeah, you can make that move. That might have been with the Hodocron. We'll check that. Oda? Question mark? High protection, bulk. So just bulked out to shit against them. We could try to emulate. Something like this. All right, so JMLs are solved then. Regardless, 65 or 66. Cere Malgus, I guess, for Great Mothers. I don't know that there's any better way to approach this, because this was looking pretty crappy last season. What do you guys think? You think it's worth risking? Wow. These are the good banners. 63? I guess it wouldn't show. It would it would show Malik like this, and you would have a 64. So maybe these are 64s that are all gone well. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Some of these people are pulling it off with insubstantially high health crons. Some good crit damage, though, for dealing with the sides. Some crit damage and health, something like that. Cere Malgus Scav, Starkiller Scav crew. No Maul, really? You think no Maul? Yeah, the Cere Malgus versus Great Mothers is probably the only application I'm thinking of. This. Fun times. Ooh, Maul just eats banners, and you have 3 other decent damage there. Yeah, he does eat his own banners. Gavin Crew. Yeah, we do have that. As far as the Kron, though, I have this big one with health, which maybe good, but no especially high amount of damage. This one's really no damage either, though. So if we're saying that that's okay because the Scav 9 and the rest of the damage dealers will make enough of a difference, I could go with that. Otherwise, I could commit a different Kron and then drop Scav for Fulcrum, something like that. What do you think? I'm going to step away real quick again. I'll just leave the screen on. It'd be our screen. All right, BRB. All right, I'm back. Okay. But, why not JML versus Zori? Yeah, I've used that, yeah. I've done it. I've done exactly what you're suggesting. Then I could do Malgus versus Bad Batch. Ooh. Don't I? What did I say? So few. The problem is that, yeah, there were no Malguses done in this way. Not against this composition. People were afraid. Perhaps rightfully so. Oh, man. Looks like they went to focus somebody. If I had somebody focused and they forced a sacrifice... Not good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyway. So, I guess Sasha doesn't have any other opinions there. That's fair. That's right, BRB. That's right, that's the high-end production that your Patreon sub goes to, Striker. For BRB and a notepad file. Any secret counters out there for Kyber 1? I don't think it's secret, but I think that my opponent pulled off... No, he didn't do Fugitive Omega. And he didn't do Slacker. Did the bastard somehow do Slacker? What did he do? Did he use Lord Vader versus Pirate King? Or did he do Slacker without DRey? And just not get shit on? And just not get shit on? Is that what it is? So is the only way to punish people that might do... If he was able to use Slacker for 65 against my Pirate King without DRey, does that mean that I would be crazy? That I'd be foolish to run that team next week without Quiggled? And just attempt to put a wrinkle in that? You think he did CLS with Rolo? Now that you mention it, Rolocron isn't on defense, so that could be it. That could be it. Alright, we're super high health here, no crit damage. Gav is a serious damage dealer, though. How do you get 65 without DRey? We'll all find out together, trust me. Hold on, guys. Whites are... Yes. Her first crack in a while at making creme brulee. Wow. How nice. Thank you. Wow. That is incredible. Hi. I don't know, guys. Something feels off about not having damage. I can't help but I can't help but have the feeling that we're doing it wrong. Because if I had it my way, I would do it like this, right? Drop Scav, bring somebody else like Fulcrum. Long text Doofu level 6 with armor penetration. Could be useful. I have this Kron that we could use. Put it down. I mean, I literally have Fulcrum here. That is an option for us. What do you think about that, Sasha? Because if I have to go, if you think Scav is worth taking just for the damage she herself will put out, regardless of any damage stats, I could do that. Would love some damage the Cere lead, that data crunch. Get bonus damage by not going first. We would lose some damage with Cere lead having this. Why? We don't have a turn meter. Oh. Well, yeah, but who's going super fast? I mean, just Star Killer, right? Yeah, I know about the bonus stats and everything. Ally takes damage from an enemy. Oh, yeah. No, this isn't TM gain level 3. Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, I'm hoping I don't lose any characters, but I could live with this. No, you're good, Sasha. You're good. Alright, guys. We're going to give this a run. I think the strategy would still be all in on Morgan. I guess when I get rocks, I could target Great Mothers. What would you guys do? I'm thinking I'd rather just a bit of more. Wow, this creme brulee came quick. All right. Yeah, I say all in on Morgan and go from there. They now begin. Not good. Down. Is you not even having begun to get buffed. I could save this and purge a whole bunch of buffs just a little later. Probably more worthwhile to me to do that way. So I'm gonna rock, Chuck. Wow. We could stop a big dispel by going after Great Mothers, but would it not be fun to... Who's the blessed one? Oh wow, Marin's the one that got blessed. That's kind of weird. My instinct says to go for Great Mothers. You guys might be mad at me for that later. We'll see if you're right to be mad. But the good news is we still have Star Killer Dispel on tap. Coming soon? Maybe? No? Never? Never again? Oh my god, stop! Don't you dare! Okay, you are already over. Gonna be really great. Have alert. Frenzy. You are the danger. Yeah, there's a bunch. Well, I mean... Oh, okay. I mean, less banners lost. And then what? Just cleanse, big push, and pray? 61's better than a 59, which was his lowest banner clear. I can't say I'm mad at it. And Crew did his job, surprisingly. I'll live with it. Okay, that was the scariest of the fights resolved, so it's still looking like Bane for the work up top, and then for back here, Fugitive Omega gets JML and Finzori gets Afra. Malgus is the team looking like he goes unused, and frankly, I'm okay with that. Wipe out Marin if you can. Yeah... Not for the first set of rocks, but maybe for the second I could have done that. Oh, I could have hit her with the middle at that point. That's when I triggered everything. Anyway. All right, 61 there. Yeah, the 114% tenacity is what makes Afra dangerous. That's why JML would be better to run here, and then something else again. You got, but that something else really could only be a couple things. Doesn't BKM actually handle it? Why don't I see any history something? Is that not a thing? The vast majority of... Yeah, there are only 14. I guess. If it wasn't this... Yeah, if it wasn't this thing. This is what I'm worried about. We didn't see any data for people running... I guess that's because this was rare, though. Most people wouldn't have run this last season. Was Malgus a good guy for this? Then we can easily, you know, JML the Finn? Is that the ticket? Why would you lose? Much damage. Ring. So you retreated after killing nobody. See, that's a little worrisome. 54 banners after 4.5 minutes? Against what? Against Rolocron specifically. Alright, well, we won't be dealing with that. 64 here against Giga Defense, which offers no protection from Malgus Bulk. That is fair. Four o'clock. Not much time. I've never come close to losing with Malgus. Versus Fugitive? Because that's what I am thinking about. Malgus versus Finn is out. It's not likely to work. Trust me. I want to say, somebody said, didn't you say, Sasha? Or no, I think it was Stryker who said C. Watt was enough for this composition. I don't know if that's the case. Do I still have the tab open for that? Yeah, man. I mean, for just the worst banners possible. Okay, you've never come close to losing with Malgus. Alright. I think we'll line it up just that way, then. The Malgus versus Fugitive Omega. JML versus Finn. Yeah. And see Bane up top. Alright. Do the one that worries me then. Really does worry me. This is a large amount of health. I saw nobody doing this, man. Nobody was doing this against a protection up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So one of these fights has to be bumpy. Worried about it. So Tico, how's it going, man? You lost Fallen Bastila. 1806 to 1471 for the big dog. Nice job, man. Get to celebrate by doing job apps and pizza. I hear that. I'm sweating my ass off about this last couple of... Gotta be just so. AML. Yeah, which is something really giga. AML them both. So what are you gonna do? 1851's tough. Yeah, how are we doing on banners? Sure, we can do the math real quick. What, 3 fights remaining? So 8 done. 764. What? Minus 210? Minus 240 rather. 1024 divided by 8. 65.5. And we're gonna do a 68 if all goes well up there on Ahsoka. We just can't have anything go wrong with these two jackasses in the back. JML would be great for both, but alas, we only have one. Sketchy options is gas on Fugitive Omega. Of your sketchy options, gas on Fugitive Omega seems least likely to lose. So we would have a little latitude to bleed a couple of banners, but let's go ahead and assume that we get everything that we want. Let's say that I get a 68 up top, right? So, what was that? So 524 plus 68. That plus 240 plus 240 plus 210 for the back bonus, minus, what was his ground score? Uh, 1408. Divided by 2. So to tie, assuming that I get a 68 up top, I would need to have a 63 to tie, in which I would win. However, we have no idea what challenges lie in the back for us. I have Executor and Profundity at my disposal on offense. Things could be wild. You can always wait on that Fugitive Omega until you have the clarity on banners needed. Till after Fleet. Oh, I see your meaning. I guess, yeah. Alright, Sea Bane... Wampacron? Wampa doesn't have any great use for either of those teams in the back, right? So, yeah. Ryan? C-Pain. Nashorn, hey, good to see you, man. Yeah, I don't think... Alright, could use Wampa Datacron with Malgus to fight the Bad Batch. Do you think that'd be more useful to us than having the high health? You're saying Sea Bane wins anyway? Yeah. If you think there's value there, I'm willing to argue that out. Because I have something that's like super high health. This is an endurance sort of thing. Hey, baby. Like, I've got, you know, this Titan, like so. Underman Leia, Underman JML, Sea Bane are the best banners for Fugitive Omega. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that that's the case. I mean, hell, even this is fine. Crit chance, crit damage, health, defense. This is a fine crown for these guys as well. Like you, though, I am worried that there isn't enough damage there without just relying too much on Malgus to get it done. So I could see why you would say that, Rusty. That's an interesting insight. Hear you. All the crons done. So many. Health. I think just obscene amounts of health should be fine. Right? Like using Iden Datacron with Bane. This one is pretty good. Alright, let's roll it. Save the Wampacron. Maybe there is an opportunity. We will link up. I guess we would want to do Padawan Sabine and Ahsoka herself. We'd be wanting to get rid of her protection, right? Probably Bane's going to explode somebody, but I think we still want to link her so that she doesn't have protection up later on. Okay, appreciate you. Yes, you. Then you. For my next trick, I shall kill you. Oh, you're supposed to be dead. Good. You then? Just chilling for a spell, it would seem. Lots of protection yet to get through on Ahsoka. Almost there. Okay, we'll just stay here for the moment. I guess we can relink. Yeah. Relink, transform shortly thereafter, I guess. Keep the basics on Ahsoka to lower max health, potentially? Dead? Filled with concern? Yeah, I don't actually want her counterattack, so... Guess we're okay to transform here soon. Guess ramp damage. Yeah, I mean, we do already have the protection thing, so I can just chill. Fine. Say at 2 minutes, transform. Something like that. Okay. See what the doubling does. Give us something big here, friend. Yeah, that's a big one. Yep. Probably should have shocked, but there's our shock. Just put it on auto from here? I don't think I'm going to play it better than the AI will, so... 67. Wow, it cheated me out of that last banner somehow. Well, 67 will have to do. We were prudent elsewhere, so that's a little less painful to not get the 68. All right, what's sitting back here? We'll plan this out. The home one, we have Profundity, so there's our 76. Negotiator, okay. And then Executrix. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm actually interested in what I'm going to do for that. So I have endurance on defense, but I don't have proper negotiator. Think about this real quick. So we do have full Empire. Empire versus Empire is kind of nasty. I guess that could work here. What is that? That's low snips. Been a while. So wait a minute. Leviathan was for Leviathan. Why am I making this hard on myself? Okay. No, wait, I don't have Leviathan. Yeah, that's right. It is. Okay. Best banners. So, not Profundity. You can use Executor for 76. No. Good to know. Like, how lucky are you people? Average lucky or especially lucky? How lucky are we dealing? Yeah, these are incredible. 77s and shit. Wow. As far as attacking lead, let us exclude the Leviathan, say, our own. That restricted only to the possible. Yeah, just these. So Executor, of course, I guess we can. Good to know, I guess. Then the other way with. How do you have it? Setting 2, so what's that gonna be? Hint, these two at least, right? Surely it's those. Okay. Executor 72, so Executor looks worse. What about an Empire-based counter? Empire preferable. Either 84% for a 67. Not really. Okay. Like a 73 if I insisted on using Executor. Guess that might be the better way. So what's the cross here? 7,400, huh? Wow. Well, I guess things kind of worked out for you, didn't they? How about this? 74, 71. Wow. 69. What in the hell is going on? Talk to me. This is the absolute best one. Okay, 74. Exactly one done. All right. So it would have to be Executor then versus Executor. Let's assume. Recorded for banner. $75 with just triple attacker and houndstooth for 76. Okay, I mean, what does this imply? How are you going all in? You get to ignore taunts that aren't from pilots? Is that it? Is that what I'm thinking of? Because how are you going to quickly put these guys down? I guess you would... They come in, but they don't necessarily have the taunt immediately, right? They do, though, when there's some. Not fighting this. I think it can't be the way I'm afraid about. Yeah, Christmas 2026. No shit, I still need to do 5 fights. Alright, let's knock out the ones we know we have to do. More. Here we go. Favorite, but okay. Fine. Whoa, that was almost insane. Dispel you, I guess. Go for the big crush. Nothing doing. That is terrifying. Seriously terrifying. Oh my god, what's going on here? Give us the heal. Very least, please. You're also cordially invited to respect taunts. Thank you for getting dispelled for your huge AoE. Why won't you die? Yes, I get that. Okay. Go like so. What's this call? Fucking grand. Love all of the nothing today. That's... Oh. Almost there. Drop the healing immunity, please. Nope, that wasn't really the drop. Dispel? Dispel all debuffs and all rebel allies. Get me the fuck out of here. Max banners online. And get dodged. Okay. Chimera, they say. Or negotiate. I remember doing that back in the day. Alright, Executor up next. Double check this homework. The banners seem pretty consistent either way. Let's look at the worst cases either way. 72 here. What's the worst case look like? Oh, no. Sorry. What was that? 69. So you can lose a ship this way. Be bad news if it happened to me. Yeah, Leviathan's not available. We have Executor. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Where are we on time? First one was a 72, a minute 45. Best case is 76. I feel like the upside of this is pretty good to run with up front. I'd hate to have that. It would be me that has the outcome where I lose the one ship. So let it not be me today. Yeah? Go. .425, 35 minutes to go. Can't hem and haw too long. Got it. Shields up here. We have to get rid of you if at all possible, brat. Can't be wrong. Ball. Terminate this one. Okay. It's so unfortunate, but acceptable. Okay. Into the 4. You. Still you. We could hit the Imperial TIE Fighter and take it out. Try to kill that ship. Reach for calling you. Basic and heal. Nope. Get taxed. 72. Okay, we see how it can happen. All right. Chimera here. What was the magic for this one? Yeah. Yep. Be pretty consistent in that opinion. Yeah, I think you're only bringing out maybe 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Iden first? No, I don't think it's Iden first. I think it's Tint first, isn't it? But this guy did it with Iden. Just finished mine 1862 to 1860. Wow, incredible fight, man. Nicely done. I think this is it. I think we bring out Tint first so that we can mark and finish off Anakin quickly. I do believe that's the way. No fallback. Need lots of evades by an Imperial TIE Fighter. Yeah, well, we'll find out, buddy. We'll all see together. Alright, here we go. We gotta finish off those last 2 squads down bottom. Okay, hit you. Soon. Always kind of the way. Also is. Yeah. That way we force that instead of the mass assist. Into this, which brings out. But then we can lose ships. That's why they took Iden instead. That's interesting. That is interesting. What was... When you aren't doing this, who are you taking... Yeah, you are taking it out first. Let's do it. We'll mark the non-Anakin ship. Yes. That I can always get at you if I want. That's a dodge. That'll be useful to us. This up. Heal is pretty nice, but we don't have the thing out. Don't need that, and he can't heal himself up right now. So just chill until we bring out Iden, yeah? We could basic. What's our turn meter situation? Turn meter situation's high. We can take the buffs. Take the buffs. Evasion out. You're gonna hit hard now. I don't really care about you doing a special. You're at least hittable. You come out. Favorite. We can heal you though. We can also dispel. What's the best move? Keep the TIE Fighter, I say. Whatever means helps us. We have to hit you with the tint. Wave thing. Wave of force. All out you now and lock down. Ow. I'm gonna lose a ship. Not careful. Yep. We wish you well, ship. I guess we'll target you, heal up. Ooh, Iden, I guess. Really what I wanted, guys, but I'll deal with it, won't I? Nasty. Okay. Oh, that shit's nasty. Don't nobody want none of that. Heal up. Buff up. Give me everything. Need that ship gone. Alright. We wish you well, ship that we lost 70 banners. We did worse on fleet. Okay, but now we have the full score. Alright. So, 1851 minus 1509 minus 210, 132 divided by 2. Need to get 66 average on these. Wow. And I think I'm screwed, guys. I think I'm lost. Because I did the best I could there, but I think the 66 banners each to tie. So, like, JML can do this, but what? Malgus underban, you think is really going to do something? I don't think that's going to work, guys. We can do Jedi here. Yeah, exactly. And the question is really, how few Jedi do you think you can get away with? I think doing JML 4-man is it. And then Malgus here. That's how it would have to be. It would have to be something where it's a tie. Like that. So it can't be Malgus, or it can't be Gas then if I'm doing Gas versus Fugitive Omega, right? It's just not going to work any other way. And against the Finn, I don't think there is anything else I might better do. Banners. Aw. Yeah, Afra for 62. That isn't. So that's how I think it has to be. JML 4-man here, and Malgus 4-man down south, and then get everything. It's all for that, you know. KR, early JKL, protection. Finest protection I have to offer is this. Just lost your K2 finals with us both full clearing. All right, man, you're gonna see what I'm gonna see here. We either do it big or we don't do it today. So why not Hoda? Why better banners for what? Like Hoda over who? You don't think I want to have Jedi Luke for the stun? Because we didn't have Hoda last round and we got a 65. It's really about forcing non-participation out of them, you know? Over Revan or JKL. Certainly JKR is not optional, because I need to be able to mark Finn, take him down. JKL, I could see the argument, but Not today, I think. I think this is the one. We'll stop the most damage going out, stuff like that. You would 3-man Finn with JML. Use 5 tunes versus Omega. Wow. You wonder how tasks fare in Arc Raiders, PvP, Helldivers. I don't need to worry about it, if I'm being honest. You would really go with the 3-man. Yeah, I don't know. JML, JK. Yeah, but here's the thing, guys. You're thinking, are you fighting something quite like this? Because that's the difference. This is some scary shit. Now we got 25 minutes to do 2 fights, so time is back with us, but... I mean, to your point, I guess this guy didn't. If you don't one-shot snipe him out, though. Have TM to weakest ally? I do, yeah, why? I mean, we're rolling with a 25% turn meter right now, you know? I don't think you can use JML without Hoda and get max banners. Boy, are you going to feel sheepish when you watch the JML versus Finn fight from yesterday, aren't you, then? Would it not make more sense to JML Bad Batch to turn the Omi off? Oh, yeah. The issue we're facing, friend, is that I only have 1 JML to give. But 2 fights that really want JML. Maybe try 3-man Malgus versus Finn? My god, no. No, man. No. This isn't the Finn you're used to, where you can just roll 2 or 3, you know, just Malgus Malik or something. You're going to get lapped into non-existence because of all the turn meter built into that Datacron, guys. Okay. Well, to your point, Hoda was used in that way. I just don't think I have a better solution. The only other thing I could do here would be to hazard Afra, get a 65, and then go Underman with JML versus Fugitive Omega. Is that a thing? See, there's a 66 that I was thinking about with Hoda, or without Hoda. So, yeah, that's the only other way to slice it, guys. Malgus Malik set versus Finn. JML versus Omega, huh? DTMG the Finn? I've heard of that going horrifically for people. Where is that? What? DTMG, 1 scene, 65, having Night Trooper in there. Something without it? Standard is a 59, so successful, but not enough. Granted, that's only sample size of 1, but we're not dealing with large numbers here. Here's your 60-something, right? This says 65 with the sortie with what? Yeah, why can't I do this with Darth Vader and be a hopeful man? You know what I'm saying? Afra with some 4-tune combo? Yeah, I don't know. Malgus Malik set Darth Revan versus Finn for 66. You did 4-man JML versus that exact story. JML, Jedi Cal, JKL, and Hoda. Okay. I hear you. Really? You said you could have 3-manned it? Versus exactly that Krun. Okay. I worry about that, man. But we got 20 minutes to work this out. 2 66s. That's what we need. A 67 and a 65 could also be acceptable. R8 for all, same 3, 6, 9. JML, Jedi Cal, JKL, and Hoda. And you could have... Okay. Put a 3-man. So if you were going to 3-man it, who is that going to be? Only JML can earn high banners versus Omega. Yeah. It's a fair concern. Oh, I also have BKM. I keep forgetting that. Isn't BKM good against one? I don't think it's good. No Wampa Cron. Yeah, that's tough. Bane is a huge problem here. Yeah, it is. It's a really good fourth. It's a really good fourth. This is a tough match. What I'm telling you about. This is one of the toughest matches of the season versus Herbert. There's just no way, Reds fan. There's no way. I'm telling you, there's no Malgus Malik that's going to work here. They're just going to go too damn fast. Not against Finn. BKM 4-man without BAM versus Fugitive Omega. So we could do that with a prod up type of thing. That could happen. And then JML with Finn. Which is probably our very best option for banners, guys. Because you keep saying it, nothing else is going to be cleaner than JML versus Fugitive Omega, but I don't know that we actually have that option. Wait a sec, does BKM not slap Omega with all the TD? Okay. TD. Whoosh over my head, man. Gotta have BKK in there. True damage does not slap Omega with all the true damage. Yeah, I mean, over the course of the fight, yes. I guess health here. Defense. Yeah, this is probably the right thing. 100% critical chance while attacking out of turn. That's kind of hilarious. 50% health versus 100% health. Malgus 4-man versus Fugitive Omega may be the way to go. You think so? Would you do that with the Wampacron that we saved, Sasha? Because I wonder if doing it with just a big health cron is enough damage. We're getting close to the time where I gotta make a call, so... Because I don't want to finish with seconds to spare here. Malgus 4-man versus Fugitive Omega, and then JML versus Finn is what you're saying. And you'd love Darkside Bulk, Sasha. Okay, so if it were you, Sasha, that's the way you'd slice it. You would JML 4-man. So JML, Jedi Cal, JKL, and Hoda? And then Malgus here? Because it's either that or BKM. I think BKM might have an affirmative case. Malik, no prod. Yeah, I wasn't worried about the banner count thing. I'm just thinking about it being functional. Yeah. I hear you, though. I hear you. High health on a Dark's bulk is going to be this one. Yeah. Need a way to heal up. That's what DR's for. DR will heal us up. DR's lightning does that. BKK heals up better when we do attacks out of turn and stuff. Alright. We'll see you in hell, guys. We're gonna pull the trigger on this and get moving. Ain't gonna be easy either way. Yeah, we'll and if I lose, we'll all know why. We'll know why. Not a lot else that could have been done. I guess we will roll with this. It's a solid hit. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but... Okay, now you take a million turns, surely. Yes, take a heal. Down. She's exposed now. Arc off you. Back up. Where are we with the drain? Still some ways off. Best we can. Okay, I appreciate that all your focus is staying there, whatever it's worth. Better if you didn't do all that, though. That is not good. I don't think we win now. I don't think we win now, guys. So there's both your tanks, yeah? Alright. Alright. Now, that's a big boy. That Malgus. Go down like that. That's a big boy. So. Thanks, I hate it. I think we can all agree, for anybody watching, this is solidly on Sasha. We can all agree that he is to blame. But you know what this means is that since we lose the fight off this, I actually can try the other fights the other ways and see, how's it going to work? Alright, so we know this is a loss, so I may as well withdraw. I think. Because I'm not killing anybody anyway. Not a lot of cope in that. Okay, so first, GG to Herbert. Yeah, it was real bad. That's right. RIP my task tokens. All the way up until the end, man. We did it well. Alright, let's see here. Prediction. Yeah. One or more gets it. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Please, my real name is Herbert. That's right, Sasha. I mean, we knew this to be the case. Okay, so let's try this then. The BKM idea. Let's see if that would have been the 64 that we wanted. Yeah, this way, this way, this way. Probably health and or protection up. Counter. I'm sure I still have one. This one's great for our purpose. Protection up, health, crit damage. If I was in the same situation again, we'd know. I wanted a two-man pin with Malgus Malik. That ain't gonna fucking work here, man. This ain't the fight you're accustomed to. I'm telling you. It's not what you think. Damn for birds. Birds would be great, but I think that's probably less essential than the rest of this kit. That is... yes. If I end up being wrong, I will be destroyed. Armor shred here? I can get the default. Then I don't have like an E aspect. See if we can't put some meaningful pressure down. Sure, get rid of the foresight, shield up. Yeah, you're gonna get healed up pretty generously. At least dispel everybody. Get their buffs off. Ability block? The longer the fight goes, the more valuable ancestral results. But the longer fight goes, Crosshair starts doing stuff, so it could be bad. Yeah, Yeah, debuffing. Not good for. Nice. You took the snipe pretty well there. Except for the whole not going at all anymore, ever again. Aside from all that, things are going nicely. How about that heal, IG? No? Sure. This is 1 revive, yeah? Come back to me now, you hear? Oh. This is how. Would be absolutely fucking stellar, would be before the end of time. Yeah. Gotta get it there. Best. Alright, next time we win again. Yeah, I mean, we are always trying, for sure, guys. You know how it is out there, but yeah. Can't all be winners. And we had a good week. We went 2-1 for week 1. And there's also a couple cool things here that that Herbert pulled off, and we almost won anyway. You know, we got in within spitting distance. Damn shame about losing those few extra banners there in Fleet with the Executor. That was a damn shame. I mean, it looks like I'm slightly relieved to see that this was probably not going to work either, so I'm not really feeling bad about like a money left on the table situation. You know? Let's see. Still got 1:30, but the timing does feel grim. This reminds me of old fighting the Gungans days, with them getting to do things and me just getting to watch kind of casually from the corner. So close to home. Minute to go. Okay. That's good. Bad. No. Guess we want to cleanse this, if possible. 44 seconds. I just need big braps, man. Yeah. So clearly, what do you think? I think with Bam's damage, we would have had enough power. If I could have gone with a 5-man, that would have been better. No. But we definitely could not have afforded that today. It is what it is. And I think anybody else but Paz, we would have lost other characters. Maybe you would say that, oh, Tass, I feel like if you brought Bam instead of Paz, that could have made the difference. And it's like, maybe. I don't know. Okay, we'll keep this one, because I got to clean it up with something. Let's run the JML under real quick and see if that was going to work out the way we wanted to. That would be useful intel. You guys insisted on the significance of Hoda. We'll do that. Action, run this. Go. Okay. That. I need to go up. Hit anybody else, really. We can push your turn meter up, but you're already good, so fine. Do this. Give me the stun. Okay. I need this. Into, I guess, this. And then we target Finn. For the pop, like that. Yeah. Big heal. The top off. Like so. You do damage. The brat that you are. We heal. We heal. And we heal. Okay. So this would have been our 66 that we wanted. So yeah, Fugitive Omega was a problem today. I guess it doesn't matter. So we pump it with the that's my cope. Okay, let's see here. Did the JML work for 64? Yeah, JML would have been great. Yeah, but we had a two-way fork there for JML. So, let's catch up with the chat. Bo is a team that famously can't deal with turn meter loops. You're not kidding, buddy, but that was our second option. We tried that really only because we dropped with Malgus. Malgus was plan A there. But I take your point. Crosshair plus Old Mega is one of the loopiest loops to loop the loop. I do hear you, man. Bam is greater than IG here. I think that was the best shot. You get the heals from the time. You can cover Sabine. Then you can Sabine. Yeah, I'm not sure I follow. Yeah, I'm not sure I follow, but like I can understand the idea behind dropping IG. Maybe. I do feel like one of the biggest reasons to have IG would be the cleanse. Because the AoE dispel for the enemy, we also can get out of what's the name? What do you call it? OG bow. Yeah, high priority type rip down somebody under stuff. Maybe. Yeah, I think we're in agreement that Bam would have been critical for that. May have to try that again in the near future. We only have, until the end of this season, those protection up level 3. Which I do think is a great way to go. Great way to go. Well, yeah, like I said before, though, GG to Herbert, very nice. We were so close. We were this close to greatness. Let's go ahead and do the wrap-up, because I'm due to go and record Plotting and Scheming in just a few minutes, so let's get through it. As far as my defense goes, I did cover that in full detail at the start of the stream, as usual. Go back, check that out. Let's talk about this as far as the attack summary goes. So, against Maz, SM33, Athano, Kix, Quiggled, we went in with Riva, Grand, 7th, 5th, and 9th for 61. 4 banners better than last time. Nice. Against Riva, Exile Ezra, Swolo, RJT, and Zalbar. Went in with Leia, Drogon, R2, Jin, and Rad with the 25% turn meter. I was originally planning to go with the protection up, thinking that I wasn't going to be able to just pop the Exile Ezra that had like an extra 96% health from that Kron. Turns out I was wrong. Drogon was equal to the task. We one-shot Ezra and got a 64. Against Jabba, Chrysanthemum, Bausch, Embo, and Scando, we went in with Lord Vader, Oppo, CX2, DCT, and Scorch, 65. Against Traya, Talon, Savage, Red, and DRey, we went in with JMK, Cat, Mace, and Padme for 66. You might think that, why not use C here? People are going to get closed out using Sith Eternal against this composition. This was Darkside buffs up level 3, high offense on the Kron, armor penetration, nasty bit of business. But JMK took care of that for us. Okay, here in the back, against his great mothers, we use Cere. Where is that? Cere, Malicos, Starkiller, Fulcrum, and Crew for 61. So another bit of bleed there. Against his Finzori, we used JML here, but this was after the fight. The battle was already lost. We had the option to use JML against Fugitive Omega or Finn. The problem was we were kind of in a tough spot. Like, I needed to score a 66 on both of these fights. That's how it all ended, because I finished these 2 fights last. So, yeah, JML was 66 as an underman against the Finn. And then Fugitive Omega, we did run with Malgus. We dropped Sith Marauder, so we went in with the Underman, took a Darkside Bulk from set 24, and there came a sequence of turns where they just completely annihilated Malgus. This is after he's had a dunk, he's done a basic, he's juiced up his health a little bit. we went in with a reasonably large Kron. I definitely had a bigger one. I could have used something different, be sure. But, yeah. Malgus got bracked into non-existence. Then, of course, trivial matter for them to take out DR right after that. So we withdrew. That was straight up a loss. Let me mark that way. All right. Let's see. We went back in with what? We went in with BKM after that to try that. That was BKM, Paz, Grogu, and BKK. Some of you suggested I could have dropped Grogu and brought Bam. I'm not sure if you dropped Paz or dropped Grogu, but I think we can agree that Bam was necessary to do enough damage to get people meaningfully out of the game. So I see that, and I hear that, and I'll try to avoid that in the future. And then to finish off, it was Wampa. So yeah, we with BKK, we managed to kill Fugitive Omega herself. So we kept that fight, finish it off with Wampa. 0 + 1 + 37. All right, against Finzori, like I said, JML. Who did we drop? We dropped JKR. All right, 66. And yeah, I guess I learned for myself that I don't really need the crutch of JKR to make sure that I can mark Finn if I'm just careful enough to not push him into stealth early in the fight. Okay, yeah, GG, Kozlichek. Up top side, you've got Jedi Master Mace, Jocasta, Depa, Temple Guard, and Ayla. Took that out with Traya, Underman, I want to say, for 66. Every one of these Undermans were really necessary today, as you'll soon see. Traya, Nihilus, Savage, and Talon, 66. Against his Malgus team, we went in with Maz, Kix, Quig, and Thano for 66. Against Pirate King Hondo, with his Hondo Kron and OG Hondo there. Slacker, Drey, Hux, FOST, and FOSF, 65 banners. And against Ahsoka with Watt, we went in with C Bane, 67. Got shorted one banner, man. That's a little unfortunate, but what are you going to do? All right, here in fleets, against Home 1 was Profundity with the typical 4-man lineup, 76. Against Negotiator was Chimera, and we got a 70. Whatever. Against Executrix, we used Executor, and if you go in with Triple Attacker, you could potentially lose a ship. So I went in with Houndstooth. We felt safe. I don't think we actually were at risk of losing somebody, but the problem was no... Just trying to think about if there was opportunities to restore banners. I don't feel like I had a lot of opportunities towards the end there to restore banners, but we finished the fight, all 4 ships alive. What could have been a 76 was instead a 72. So, pretty disappointed in how that went. All right, today's issue wasn't fleets, it was Bad Batch. I mean, here's the bigger, well, fleets put pressure on how we dealt with the Bad Batch Finn issue in the back, right? Because we did fleets and we solved for what we would need to finish off those last 2 squads. And it required a 66 on both. You probably are good with JML one way. Now, how do you do the other? So feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm sure you guys have some ideas about how that fork might have otherwise been handled. But yeah, if you weren't here in the very beginning, I set a pretty good defense, but one that he was clearly prepared for because he had no drops and he bled a grand total of 11 banners on the whole squad, right? He also just had better fleet numbers. I want to say 75, 76, and 73. That really gave him the edge, yeah? So the fleet performance put pressure on these last 2 that we might not have otherwise had, though I do concede. We may have had a situation. Like, if I weren't so pressured on banners, I would have happily gone in with Afra here. I had the Darth Vader Kron. My full-blown Afra, I believe, had the damage to pull out of this with like a 64. I think I could have gotten a 64 here, really. Like, best case scenario. And then with the 66, we probably would have been okay. But yeah, that's how the way the cookie crumbles, man. All right, so guys, that takes us here to the end. Let's go ahead and get ready to raid out. I've got a podcast to go record, so if you want to be in touch here until we're back for the next episode, there's the link to my Discord. If you want to catch my, my VODs with chapters added for this stream, for others, check out my YouTube. Got a whole bunch of swag of stuff on there, especially for Grand Arena players, so please do check that out. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, so aside from that, yeah, you already know them there at twitch.tv/Tassenix, in addition to simulcasting from my YouTube. And then, of course, yeah, if you want to support the stream further, best thing you can do for me is to like the channel, hit subscribe on YouTube. All the free ways of supporting the channel are the best ways to grow it, for sure. If you want to go above and beyond, though, there's a few ways to do so. Here's a Cash App link, $Tassenix. I have a PayPal, which is tassenix@gmail.com. And then I have, if you want to have enhanced scouting power of your own for Grand Arena, early access to some of my content, including my podcast, Plotting and Scheming, and some other benefits besides, you may be interested in checking out my Patreon. We're going to do the abridged version of this today because I'm already late and making the guys wait. But check out patreon.com/Tassenix, because for any upwardly mobile Grand Arena player, there is something there of interest for you. At $5 a month, you enter... Oops, that's the wrong button. At $5 a month, you enter the Task House at the VIP access level, where you get early access to the Plotting and Scheming show. I also have a dedicated voice chat, text chat on Discord, where I'm usually lurking. Hop on in and say hi. A lot of great planning, strategizing stuff goes on in there. So, yeah, thanks, guys. Thank you to everybody here on the list. Don't have the time to read everybody today. Very much sorry. Love you all. Next up at VIP Access Plus, that is $10 a month for a bundle for me and your choice of either OmegaBot or Hot Utils Patreon. OmegaBot's a tool that I highlighted at the start of the stream with the graphs showing you the offensive and defensive tendencies of your opponent. Anybody can use that tool for free to scout their opponent's last week of Grand Arena history, but only patrons can build out a custom report with any number of weeks. You get a downloadable HTML version of the report with links that you can click, taking you right back into swugga.gg or Insight, just helping you further minimize your scout. Or alternatively, you could go for Hot Utils Patreon, aka the Chili subscription, which is your #1 tool for mass mod management and loadout creation. Nothing else lets you switch so easily between your Grand Arena, TV, TW, and Raid mods. You can use it like TJ and Fatal do, with a powerful automation feature to comprehensively remod your roster. You can slice through hundreds of mods in seconds, help out your guild and TW, a whole bunch of good stuff in there. No wrong way to go at VIP Access Plus. Thank you to everybody under that list. Can't say all the names today, but thank you. At VIP Access Premium, this is $15 a month for the Double Bot Bundle. So, Patreon access for me, OmegaBot, Hot Utils, all under one subscription. Getting those bots anywhere else costs the same as this bundle, which is why so many of my patrons say it's one of the best values in all of Swugga. Thank you to everybody on this list. Love you all very dearly. Really appreciate the support. Here in the special thanks group, first at Jester's Club Elite, you've got Nomad's Reaper, the one and only, pops in, gives out hundreds of subs, thousands of biddies, incredible support. Thank you so much, man. The Pills, who has also recently made a habit of popping in on streams, especially late in the game, to just suddenly bust out with 10, 20, sometimes well up over 100 gifted subs. Done it a few times as of late, so again, thank you so much, man. Incredibly generous support from the both of you. Special thanks first up to the Lost Wampa for helping me out with my Steam Deck. You know you're the man. To Mrs. T, my wife, thank you for all you do in the background. Sometimes it's keeping our daughter from tearing the house apart. Other times it's you bringing me a pretty tasty creme brulee while I'm trying to be the very best like no one ever was at a phone game. So really appreciate you. And of course to my co-hosts on Plotting and Scheming that I am keeping waiting as we speak in this very moment, Dagger, TJ, Sasha, Aisha, and Fatal. I really appreciate that you guys are actually waiting to go record our show that I am late for, because I learn from it every week, and boy, could I learn a couple interesting tricks to go into week 2. Regardless, thank you guys so much for being part of the show. You make it what it is. I wouldn't change a thing here 2+ years on. All right, let's see who we can send you guys off to. Redirect. All right, Arnold's still on YouTube. Sending you guys out on YouTube. Take care. Thank you for watching. And of course, here on Twitch, raiding up and out. Hail Hydra Sith's doing some stuff, so why don't I send you guys on over there and get you ready. Starting up the raid. Thank you all for tuning in. It was a good first week. We've actually been privileged to have a full week of real fights. So won the first 2, lost this one. Good lessons here. It's really cool to still be able to pick up 1 or 2 things every real fight, right? So no loss is fun, but good lessons regardless, and I really like that fork that I was put into. I don't resent it. I appreciate what it's able to do. All right, so yeah, catch me on Discord. I'll see you all Wednesday night probably, and until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. Real awesome. Take care.